Okay, calling the regular village council meeting.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Additions, deletions, changes to the proposal and the procedure. Roll call.
President Schneider,
Present.
President Pro Tem Dyke,
Present.
Councilmember Feldman,
Present.
Councilmember Glasser,
Present.
Councilmember Kuligowski,
Present.
Councilmember Powell,
Present.
Councilmember Stubbs.
Communications, so we have an update from our village manager covering topics. One, movie theater, medical building, project, meeting with Michigan Development Corporation, also addressing the St. Clair Street project, Fleiss Vanderbrink, contract with them. Also, the Kidder Street sidewalk grant, also the MDOT Category B grant, addressing appraisals with DDA, village property, county land bank, possibly paying for demolition of the former American Legion building, which was purchased by the DDA, that's in process and in litigation. And also addressing police chief applications. Interviews have been set up with council selection committee, manager, the county prosecutor, and the chief of the city of Pierre Police Department. So those are the topics that the manager covered. And then we have wastewater treatment plant grinder pump. Finding us photographs. Do you have any information?
Just that they believe that the estimate to repair is going to be a lot less than they anticipated. So there's good news on that. And
All right. Okay. So moving on to minutes, we have the June 4th, 2024 meeting minutes for millage rates for the 2024-2025 fiscal year. Comments, questions regarding those minutes? Now we have the June 4, 2024 fiscal year 2024-2025 water and sewer rates. Comments regarding those minutes? Next, we have the June 4, 2024 truth in taxation hearing relating to the village's budget for the fiscal year 2024-25. Any commentary regarding those minutes? Now moving on to the regular meeting minutes for council on June 4, 2024. I have one slight editing of those minutes. Moving on to council manager comment on page 15 of our packet. First paragraph addressing comments from Manager Kerberson. The second line down, the sentence reads out, he has requested the committee members, so it's just slightly off. It should say he is requesting that the committee members. Otherwise, those minutes look good to me. Anybody else with any corrections, comments, discussion as far as those minutes are concerned? none. General fund. Major streets, local streets. Kim, do we have audio?
Some of us
Hey,
do.
everybody's gotta look underneath their microphone.
Get new cord, Kim.
It's for the stuff.
It's that one right there. You can get a new cord.
You know, maybe this.
I pulled it out. So when it goes from Steve's desk to the desk. So look at, can't find it.
I heard a click.
I can hear it in my. Steve, you saying?
The chain together.
That's what's regularly happening at the DDA meetings. You're right, it don't work. Previously.
You didn't have your IT quick strip.
Nobody move.
Oh, yeah, it works now.
You can't move.
Yeah, oh, okay. It's
That just means
working.
Tim can't talk.
You can talk, you just can't move the microphone.
touch that.
Never gets close to his microphone.
That was fun. One moment, please. Okay, we got as far, well, major streets, local streets. We also passed through general fund, Parks and Recreation Fund, Downtown Development Authority Fund, Sewer Fund, Water Fund, Equipment Fund, Payroll Register Report. Water Report.
What happens in May every year? We use a lot more water.
Everybody starts watering their plants. Pools.
Wastewater treatment, wastewater treatment, May report. Okay. I guess this is, police report. And we have the school resource officers report. Construction Code Authority, building, AKA building report, building permit report, sorry. Financial position report. Ordinance Enforcement Officer's report, financial position report, clerk treasurer's report, and fire department report. Entertain a motion. Motion by President Pro Tem Dyke, supported by Councilmember Glasser, to approve the consent agenda. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimously approved by all council members in attendance. Now is the time for public comment as to any item on our regular agenda. Is there public comment this evening for regular agenda items? Being none. Regular agenda item number 1, Resolution 24-06-08, approval of social district permit, Senior Victor. Hi. Did you wish to make a presentation?
Hi, so my name's Andrea Hartman. I'm here speaking on behalf of Victor Palushai. I've worked with him for 13 plus years. I've worked with him at multiple locations, including his Oxford, Rochester, and Clawson location before social districting was a thing. So, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Just
Okay.
the difference in the community that we've seen is tremendous. We've noticed that people will go to other businesses, the ones that are clothing, the mom and pop shops with coffees even and bagels, and flower shops with people just going downtown, spending money, enjoying it. So we think it's a very positive thing to bring to a community.
Either one of you at the podium would be wise to address the containers, the cups into which alcohol will be poured for
Sure, I can address that.
consumption on a common area in the social district.
I included pictures of the clear cups with the stickers. There'll be a social district logo as well as a logo for the establishment. 16 ounces or less per liquor control. All of the establishments in our district are going to have the same clear containers and the same social district logos on them, and then the establishment logo.
Council, any
Any
questions?
concern?
Commentary?
Is there any concern about them being stickers instead of,
Absolutely not. No, they
Okay.
just have to be marked.
just didn't know if like the condensation or something like that, stickers could fall off, or has anybody trialed this, or?
Most social districts use stickers
Like a sticker.
because even if the establishments have their own cups printed, you also have to have the social district logo on
Go on
them.
it as well.
So
Okay.
generally across the state,
Stickers
that's
work
the
fine.
stickers are what is used. Yep.
Wilson Council wish to have questions, commentary, discussion with the proponent from Senior Victor's requesting land governmental unit approval for social district permit. Nobody has any commentary or wish to engage in discussion, entertain a motion.
Make a motion to pass resolution 24-06-08 and the approval of social district permitting for Senior Victors.
Motion by Councilmember Kulikowski, supported by President Pro Tem Dyke, approving resolution 24-06-08, giving local government approval for a social district permit for Senior Victors. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Feldman?
Aye.
Glasser?
Aye.
Kuligowski?
Aye.
Howell?
Aye.
Dyke?
Aye.
Schneider?
Aye. Unanimously approved by all council members in attendance. Thank you. Next, on our regular agenda is Heritage Festival Road closure request. Angela, did you wish to make any commentary to council?
As everyone knows, Heritage Festival is going to be Friday, September 20th through, now we're ending on Sunday with our 5K, 10K, and fun run on Sunday, September 22nd. Local municipal road closures are necessary to throw this festival. I have them listed below. Most of them are the same as last year, with the exception of we're requesting to close School Street from Main Street to Johnson to put either vendors or more cars, and Research Drive from Development to Howland to do registration and car lineup. And then we're requesting East St. Clair be closed for a couple more days than usual, to have our entertainment tent, as well as we're going to use the tent for car show awards, the 5K, 10K, and just as our downtown headquarters.
You have to approach MDOT, do you not? For road closure?
The MDOT permit has been filed. For 53, yes, correct. And I will also have to get County Road Commission approval for the bypass, which is filed as well.
Where is the 5K being run this year? Because last year was run out of the fire department area.
Correct. So this year we're going to start downtown.
Okay.
The route is going to be determined based on council's approval of our road closures. So if, depending on where, what road closures are approved,
And that's Sunday morning, correct?
that's going to be Sunday morning it starts at 9 a.m.
Okay. The only concern I have is having St. Clair closed for so long, especially on Thursday. Are you guys going to be setting up that early on Thursday? Because having the main intersection of our town closed down for 4 straight days is putting a stress on the local traffic. So if that time on Thursday could be extended to sometime later in that day.
Correct. And that is based on worst case scenario for the tent rental. I'm asking that they don't set up until Friday afternoon. However, it usually takes them a few hours. So worst case scenario is Friday or Thursday morning, if that's all they can fit in for tent setup. But obviously, I would prefer them not set up until Friday morning or Thursday night. But I have to wait to hear back from their schedule. So I can obviously stress that. I also would prefer them to tear down before 4 p.m. on Sunday, but
Right, and Sunday is a lighter traffic, but
Thursday,
in the
yep.
morning, Thursday is in the morning. I mean, if it was after, 12 or 1 o'clock, I would be more comfortable with it, but asking the road to be shut down for almost 4 straight days is.
I mean, honestly, if you tell me you want a certain time on Thursday, then that's what I go with, and that's what I have to push with the tent rental. I have to say the road's not going to be shut down until this
I
time.
prefer for the morning rush at least.
Okay.
I mean, Thursday and Friday, right? We've never had it closed down before Saturday before.
I can't speak to ever before. I know East St. Clair and West St. Clair are often.
Usually Saturday morning.
Usually, as far as I can recall, it's been Saturday. I don't know that it's ever been closed down Friday, but I can't speak to
And-
all of Elmont
And
Street.
have you talked to the schools? Because if we're shutting that down Thursday and Friday, do buses go through that area? Because those would be school days. So they would have to alter, I don't know if buses go in between there. I know it goes down Bristol, but that would be something I would also be concerned about.
I can talk to the transportation director. I talked to her last year when our original intent was to have everything on East St. Clair, and she just said, let her know and she'll reroute. But I can call her and inform her.
And then Research Drive is shut down for 4 days as well.
Nope, Research Drive is, sorry, it's indented there. Research Drive is just Saturday.
No, St. Clair's the only one that's extended.
Only East St. Clair.
Is the only one that's extended.
Research Drive is from 7 to 4 on Saturday.
Well, what I'm looking at, it says Research Drive, 7 to 4, September 19th through September 22nd.
There's just an indent where there shouldn't be. The only thing that's September 19th to September 22nd is what's listed below it. Everything else is Saturday, September 21st.
And
That's for the beer tent to be put up there
Are you asking Research or East St. Clair?
for East St. Clair.
Correct. The entertainment tent, correct.
And the church isn't going to have a complete, I mean, they're going to go back to state statute, right? They're going to say you can't be within 500 feet of our church.
So when they came to our meeting, they had representatives at our meeting, and they said they did not want it directly in front of their church. If we moved it farther down, they would be more apt to have the conversation. That,
Remember last
Is
year,
gonna-
they said yes until like a couple days before when we had to move it.
I don't disagree. I think this year is a little different with our tavern owners using their licenses to run the entertainment tent. I hope that we can keep conversations open and do something that's mutually beneficial to all of us. As a community, we will keep it as far down away from the church on East St. Clair as they're comfortable with. We've spoken to the owner of the house next to the bakery, since that would be the only house blocked in. She said she was okay with it, but her house was also listed for sale this Monday, so.
I was going to say, last event, you did an excellent job meeting with the police department, having a plan, having officers assigned. I know things are in flux right now. I'm
Correct.
assuming you're still taking the same approach?
Absolutely, and Dale and I have been working
Okay.
very closely as well as with Brian. I actually just met with Brian this morning. We talked about as soon as there's a chief or interim chief, we'll be meeting as soon as they're hired to go through it. Dale has been great with a bunch of ideas of things, precautions we can take that we did maybe not take last year. And he's made calls to, I don't want to get this wrong, the cavalry, the horse.
Oh, the
Officers?
mounted cavalry.
Yeah, they're not officers. Let's make that clear.
Okay.
They're not related to law enforcement whatsoever. None. They just wear clothing that looks like it. They have no legal authority to do anything. Just so that you know.
So they're just for show?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're called Posse, Lapeer County Posse. They used to be related to the Lapeer County Sheriff's Office until they were expanded from the Sheriff's Office. So they're not related to the Sheriff's Office.
Good to know. I appreciate that.
And then
They look menacing, and yes, people don't like horses. So they stay away from them, and they look like sheriffs, but they're not.
with the current state of Van Dyke, I know hopefully things will be wrapped up construction-wise by the 22nd, the 20th and 22nd of September, but maybe a little extra consideration to the south side of town because people are already flaming agitated by the time you get out of the construction zones from down in Macomb. So just keep that in mind. I know we're going to do this. It's part of a festival and all that, but you know how
Absolutely.
people get. Yep.
Brian and I have already been brainstorming on how we can make people more aware that it's coming. Whether
Signage
that's
further
reading,
down, yeah.
light up signs that say, road closures.
Yeah,
This date.
Auburn Hills is having their Summer Fest this weekend, or the weekend of the 21st, 22nd. And they've got like signs that MDOT use for road construction on Auburn Road saying it's going to be closed from here to here on this date. And
Yeah.
it's already a week out and they're already alerting. so.
That's exactly what
Yeah,
Brian and I
right,
have been
so.
discussing, renting those signs so that people can't be upset because they've seen it for a couple weeks ahead of time.
Anybody else?
I think a good thing to bring up too is research drive is what ideally we're going to use now to actually bring the cars in that way.
Mhm.
So that way it'll kind of divert having all that rush come to Van Dyke at one time. So it's safer for the people downtown, the cars, everything in general.
And we
It's
won't
not a
we won't be
drag.
parking from 4 different directions this time where people cars coming in from all angles. We're going to register off-site and bring them all in south onto Van Dyke off of North Main so that it's safer for everybody. There's only one point of entry and it's far away from where the road shut down.
Council, any further discussion?
See a traffic disaster at East St. Clair. For 2 days on work days and school days. I mean, they already back up all the way to the Octagon House today, and that's with a light. Now you're going to have it closed, and they got to go left or right, which they already struggle with figuring out left or right at the light. So what the plan is, they're going to go, are we going to have like northbound traffic signs saying turn right on and then go down that side street to Washington?
Correct.
And then southbound,
southbound.
traffic all the way to Water
Or Stone.
or Stone? But Stone's going to be closed
Only on Saturday. Yeah. I mean, Saturday is going to be rough any way you cut it. It's just that's how it's gonna have to be just for that day. But yes, Thursday night, Friday, and Sunday, everything else will be open except East St. Clair.
So the pluses and minuses of this proposal have been discussed. I'm not really hearing any modification as to what's being proposed.
Tim asked to move the start time for Thursday as late as possible.
What time would you be comfortable with?
That's what I'm debating.
Because I can say the afternoon. I just don't know that I can guarantee the evening on Thursday.
We made it 1 o'clock, is that?
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll make the motion that we approve the street closures as proposed with the only adjustment being, the Bristol Street closure starting at 1 p.m. on Thursday, the 19th, extending to 4 p.m. on Sunday, the 22nd. Contingent on confirmation from the schools that it's not going to alter their busing
Correct.
routes, or if they can work around that busing route for those 2 days.
Okay.
And I'm only doing that, because it's the schools.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I will support.
Consent to that modification. Correct, Angela?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Motion made by President Pro Tem Dyke with the qualifications and conditions set forth in his motion, supported by Councilmember Kolakowski. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Objections? None. Unanimously approved by all those council members in attendance. Thank you, Angela.
You want me to just
And
stay
you're-
up here?
And you're next, right?
Okay.
Next, Mill Street closure request. Presentation, please.
Sure. So we have our Jeep night and cruise night in the parking lot to the north and south of Mill Street. And from I'm just requesting that we close Mill Street from 5 to 9 on those dates when our events are. We have cars flying through there and they do not abide by the one-way. They go both ways flying through, and we're trying to stay on the outermost, southmost side of our lots to keep parking open for the businesses, and it's just not conducive for pedestrians walking around during the events. Again, I've already talked to Brian. He'll have the barricades there. I can pull them across at exactly 5 and remove them as soon as our event is done at the latest 9 p.m.
So do they plan on putting barricades at Van Dyke and also at Bristol?
Correct.
Like, and at the exit from the parking lot by Maria's?
Yeah,
So that people don't turn left right into a barricade or right into a barricade?
Yeah, we could do that too. Generally, it's not people, at least from what I've noticed the last few events, it's not people coming through the parking, it's people cutting through one way or the other, and I saw as many cars go the wrong way as I did go the right way.
Of with the barricading, correct barricading for the listed dates as proposed.
Support.
Motion by President Pro Tem Dyke, supported by Councilmember Feldman, to approve the road closure for summer events of 2024 as proposed. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimously approved by all members in attendance.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And I don't have any more items on the agenda, so.
Yeah. Thank you for those presentations. Next, we have Resolution 24-06-09, adoption of village master plan. Where's Caitlin? Don't see her.
I think I can handle this. This is.
Oh, yeah, good. Yes.
So at the February 20th meeting, council approved resolution 24-02-03, reserving council's right for final approval of the master plan. The planning commission at their June 6th meeting recommended adoption, and the resolution from that body is included in your packet. So at this point, you are either to vote to approve and adopt the master plan, or send it back to the planning commission with any lists of issues or concerns. But it cannot be changed by this body. It would have to go back.
This was extensively reviewed by the planning commission, and it developed over multiple planning commission meetings with excellent input and presentation by our village planner. And so everything contained within the proposed master plan was based upon, corroborated, substantiated by extensive demographics and data points, which essentially were all placed before the planning commission. And so it was very significantly supported by data, information, facts.
Steve, since I'm still green to this, how often is the master plan reviewed by the planning commission?
Every 5, so there's various dimensions to that. It's reviewed every 5 years. The last time it was reviewed, it was essentially only looking at a 5-year period. However, that master plan is supposed to look forward to at least a 10-year period, and this one essentially a 20-year period, where there's a long look into the future. And so this one was the extensive one.
And there's different layers to it. The last time we did it 5 years ago, 2018, it was a minor update, whereas this was a major overhaul of the master plan. In the past, we've had joint master plans with the township and the village, but this time around, our planner went to a different firm, and we were not happy with the old firm's replacement. So we continued with our planner, and the township went in a different direction. So basically, there's 2 master plans now.
Since nobody has a crystal ball, does this body have the authority then, let's say in 2 years, if a major need hits, where that can be revised, or? Just curiosity.
Right.
But it would have to go back through, any revisions would have to go back through planning commission.
The processing.
Yeah.
Right.
And this was we've been working on this for more than a year with all the updates, the research, and then there's certain dates you have to have in between for notifications, public hearings, and all that sort of thing.
Okay. Understood.
And it's noted this body had a chance to look at this back in February, and it's had the 5 months since to review it, coming up to today's.
Very thoughtful, that process, and with just a really deep dive into looking at what the village can anticipate in the future. That, of course, is guesswork to some extent, because what's going to happen a month from now, nobody knows. But it was based on very sound data and very forward-looking into the future.
And part of the process that we haven't done in the past was conduct a public survey that had a pretty good response rate. And instead of just having a public hearing and talking to people about what it is, we had an open house with 4 or 5 different subject matters being covered and getting public opinion on what we thought were major areas that we would want public opinion on. And then that public opinion was seriously taken into consideration within the final plan that was voted on.
In the commentary from Tim and myself is indicative of the fact that we both sit on the planning commission. So we had an opportunity to participate in all of this, which was very much appreciated, had that opportunity.
Thank you.
Anybody else on council have any commentary, questions, or discussions about the proposed master plan? If not, entertain a motion.
Make a motion to pass resolution 24-06-09 and officially adopt the village master plan.
Support.
Motion by Councilmember Kulikowski, supported by Councilmember Feldman, to approve resolution 24-06-09 regarding the adoption of the village master plan. Any further discussion? Roll call?
Glasser?
Aye.
Kuligowski?
Aye.
Howell?
Aye.
Dyke?
Aye.
Feldman?
Aye.
Schneider?
Aye. Unanimously approved by all council members in attendance. Moving on to regular agenda item number 5, resolution 24-06-10, MDOT Category B grant application. Kim?
As in the past with our other Category B, MDOT requires a resolution made by council, basically approving the application and approving the funding for this application for the match. This would on School Street from Main Street all the way down to the dead end. The estimated cost is $525,000. And the grant application is requesting the $250,000 grant for that. And we would use,
Was that 500,000 for the road or is that for the infrastructure also?
that was for
Just for
the
the road.
road only.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Mhm.
Because last time we quoted this out with the infrastructure, it was up near 1 mil, wasn't it?
Yes,
Okay.
over 1 mil, yeah.
And as our manager pointed out, in making this application, if granted, the village is committing to funding the additional costs beyond the $250,000.
So $275,000 roughly.
Also, if this gets awarded, we would obviously go for state and federal funding for the infrastructure below, for the water and the sewer.
Our infrastructure currently lays underneath that road, right?
Correct.
At our last meeting, we authorized our manager to present this application. So this is essentially a follow-through of what we did at our last council meeting. Council have any additional issues that wishes to discuss regarding this grant application? Not hearing anything, is there a motion?
Make the motion to approve resolution 24-6-10 for the MDOT Category B grant application.
Support.
Motion made by Councilmember Glasser, supported by Councilmember Feldman to approve Resolution 24-06-010, that being the MDOT Category B grant application. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Lugowski.
Aye.
Powell.
Aye.
Dyke.
Aye.
Feldman.
Aye.
Glasser.
Aye.
Schneider.
Aye. Resolution 24-06-10 is unanimously approved by all council members in attendance. Moving on to regular agenda item, that being fiscal year 2024 year-end budget amendments.
Instead of going line by line, I summarized it in the memo. Overall, not too bad for year end. We are taking some money out of fund balance for the general fund, local streets, parks and rec, DDA, and the equipment fund. However, if you remember our last audit, we have healthy balances in all of those funds, and it's time to start bringing them down a bit. So, as far as the detail, there's pages if you want to discuss.
Was there any one big thing in the general fund that pushed us over the $50,000?
Well, that was for the entire year.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Let's see. Nothing majorly. I mean,
We
they're
have,
all little things that just added up.
well, the fourth quarter amendment for law enforcement, $50,000. Or is that payback from the millage? We adopted 60.
Oh, that was for the law enforcement millage. That's
So that's-
for
that's
the
positive.
SRO.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a positive. Yes. So yeah, we took approximately 40,000 more than originally budgeted from the fund balance. You know, a lot of that probably was due to the separation agreements.
Yep.
Which would have been spread out into next fiscal year,
fiscal, yeah.
so.
Assuming that council members have had an opportunity to review this prior to coming to this meeting, is there any further discussion regarding the budget amendments for the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2023-2024?
I'll make a motion to approve the budget amendments as presented.
I will support. Yes.
Motion made by President Pro Tem Dykes, supported by Councilman Kulakowski, to approve the fiscal year 2024 year-end budget amendments. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Objections? Unanimously approved by all those council members in attendance. That finishes up our regular agenda for this evening. Is there any public comment this evening for any non-agenda items? Any public comment? Andy?
Yep. First, I want to say thank you for all the approvals. The DDA is looking forward to put on a heck of an event, so thank you. The only thing I want to clarify is earlier you said about the American Legion building still being in litigation. Just so everybody knows, we did close on that last week. So the DDA does own it. We'll be going out for quotes on tearing it down and hopefully adding about 30-ish parking spots to that side of the town. So that'll be, hopefully, I don't think it'll be done by Heritage Fest, but
Litigation is clear, or if it's
No,
not clear,
there's ongoing litigation between seller and
the LLC.
and other family
Yeah,
members.
but we own it. We have
Great.
deed to it. It's ours
Good.
now. So
Good.
just
Okay.
want to clarify
Yeah.
that nobody
Mhm.
knows that it's still tied up.
Yeah,
So-
it doesn't tie up the building, right?
So just wanted to
Okay.
clarify that. That was
Sure,
it.
Is
okay.
there any way we get pulled into that drama?
No,
No, it's an estate matter. We've already verified
All right,
that.
cool.
yeah, it's between the private parties.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. So, and there's going to be an open business on that street. I think they just advertised Mandy J's is moving. So I think it's a prime opportunity to hopefully attract some more people with some more parking over there. So, so anyway, it's coming. I just wanted to clarify that it's not tied up on our end. So
Have been any announcements with regard to Mandy Chase?
she put it on Facebook. Somebody sent me a message and she's got it posted, I think, on her doors. So
That she's going to be relocating
correct
at some point?
to her home, I believe. Yeah. So So anyway, so changes over there. So anyway, there'll be a parking lot there soon enough. Just make everybody aware.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate the commentary. Any other public comment for non-agenda items this evening? Excuse me. No open discussion, no closed session. It's member council comment time. Anything to bring to council, Kim?
Yes, they were supposed to finish up the category B this week, starting this week. We got notified it has been pushed back again to tentatively June 28th.
June 28th.
Kaylin subdivision paving.
So,
June 28th.
so hopefully that'll stick.
Anything else?
No.
Wayne?
Just one thing really. I just noticed, obviously now people are trimming things and cutting things back. And I noticed we last time had like Spectrum and wanted to get people to check boxes and stuff like that. Because again, covers are exposed and open, and I know kids are playing around a lot more. And I wasn't sure if we could have them maybe go around and check, some of the boxes and make sure they're shut. Because I know there was one that was open like this, full of water, and so just to kind of make it safe.
Thank you. Pete?
No.
Tim?
Yeah, Kim, I'll forward you the picture so you can forward it to the ordinance officer. The corner of Bristol and Washington, the apartment building, the shrubs or whatever you want to call those things at the side of the building, you can't walk on the sidewalk. It's pretty much impact. You almost got to walk off the side or into the street to get by there.
Okay,
And
I will forward.
I'll email you the picture.
Okay.
So? Thank you. Ed?
I guess the only question I had was on the grinder pump. Was there anything we need to do on that, or is just that it's coming in cheaper for a pre-approved?
There was nothing.
So this has already been approved for?
Right, it's
Okay.
under the manager's approval now. So
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So it was
So-
that low of a cost. All right,
Yep.
excellent. Okay.
if not, obviously we'll come back. But
Okay.
Steve?
Also.
Very good. We're adjourned.